This past last week, I had an opportunity to travel to Atlanta to be around a variety of people in the sector of nonprofit, business, social entrepreneurs who are passionate about equity and inclusion. So it was amazing to be one of 13 individuals who was named as a Millennial Impact who's committed to just that space itself.
Yeah. And so, what are some of the organizations, groups that you're involved with, and what drives you?
Yeah. So locally here in Dubuque, I'm involved with St. Mark's Youth Enrichment, the Dubuque Dream Center, Every Child, Every Promise. I'm involved with Dubuque Black Men's Coalition, so a variety of organizations who are passionate about building the community and particularly with kids. And I think what drives me, number one, is faith. Then number two is just my personal story of just growing up in life and just committed to just making the community a better place.
Yeah. So, can you expand upon that a little bit in terms of what your story is and how that's really kind of guided you in the work that you're doing here in Dubuque?
Yeah, so my story is growing up in poverty, growing up in a single family home household, first generation student. So just understanding my story and where I've been, being able to just able to use that experience and help shape either the organizations that I'm involved with or the community I'm involved with. And the ultimate goal of making sure that every single child in this community, or everybody in this community, feels that they can reach their full potential.
Yeah. And then lastly, can you talk a little bit about how you've been trying to accomplish that through the work that you're doing with these different organizations, how you're kind of trying to change the narrative for specifically young men of color?
Yeah, so I would say it's the people, the planning, and the partnership. I think it's very important to surround yourself around people who are committed to the same goal, and that there's passion and there's commitment. And particularly with young men of color, the Dubuque Black Men's Coalition is a network of black men who, once again, use their stories and their resources to, one, support each other, then number two, give back to the community. So as I mentioned earlier, it's important for young men of color to see other men of color in certain positions, building the community and just trying to make the world a better place.
And your reaction to Anderson Sainci receiving this recognition?
We're super proud of him and super excited for him. He is just a difference maker in the community, and this is one more opportunity for others to recognize just the greatness and the potential that he brings to Dubuque and the state of Iowa as a whole. Anderson's been a true benefit to St. Mark. He is always helpful in connecting us to other partners in the community. He's been instrumental in on our board and also in our education committee. And like I said, connecting us to partners like the Dubuque Art Museum or Dubuque Museum of Art, and making sure that we are providing quality programs. He brings a perspective for us that that maybe as far as how to have more diverse programs, how to engage a diverse group of people into programming, and again, just his connections. An example is his connection through the Black Men's Coalition or through the University of Dubuque to get mentors into our programs who really our kids can relate to. And he's also been instrumental in our Back to School Bash, which is an opportunity to get more students the supplies they need to start off the school year. And so just all the way around, very impactful for St. Mark. Yeah, I think for Anderson and myself, it's personal. We both have stories from our background, and so to be able to connect at that level, to really be someone who understands what a lot of the kiddos that we work with at St. Mark, what their lives are like right now, because both he and I have lived those lives, I think is very instrumental in being able to build a connection with the kids, being able to tell the story when we're out in the community, and being able to truly make a difference for these kids. So we'll talk about how much do we do, how well we're doing it, but is anyone's life really better off because of it? And Anderson and I are both proof that if you have the right support and the right tools and the right teachers and people engaged in your life, you can make it, you can be okay.